Before the Chipettes Brittany, Jeanette, and Eleanor, there was Charlene. She was a very brief character who was featured only in one song called You're the One I Want on the 1982's The Chipmunks Go to Hollywood album.
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man, and my heart is set on you.
The biggest impact she made was becoming the inspiration for Brittany, the leader of the Chipettes and leading love interest for Alvin. In 1991, Alvin and the Chipmunks got a new TV special called Rockin through the Decades, which was hosted by a younger and rising star, Will Smith. This film wasn't business as usual like the 1983 series, since it was Alvin performing parodies of different songs from different time periods. During the film, an unknown Chipette appeared twice, once during Surfing Safari and later during Crocodile Rock, which was originally from Elton John. During Crocodile Rock, she appeared from a picture and danced with Alvin for most of the video. She had long blonde hair and wore a sparkling red dress with red heels. The film never confirmed if the girl dancing with Alvin was Brittany or a random Chipette, and because of that, the internet made up its own assumption and started declaring her Charlene because of her blonde hair. Here's the problem with ranting against cartoons like Alvin and the Chipmunks. They tend to fill in any role regardless of canon age or design they usually have. If the role called for, say, Brittany to have her hair much longer, blonde, appear older, or be seductive for a song or parody, that's what she would do. As far as the debate over Brittany versus Charlene goes, the answer to the mystery was solved with the release of When You Wish Upon a Chipmunk CD album in October 1995. If you would just open up this lovely little vintage CD case, inside you will find Jeanette and Eleanor with the exact same Chipette from the Rockin' Through the Decades movie, confirming it was Brittany and putting a final nail in the coffin about Charlene dancing with Alvin. It's amazing how much a rumor or a lie can spread when all you have to do is open the CD cover to get the answer. And as far as the Chipette goes on Surfing Safari, you wanna know who else wears similar pink bikinis? Brittany! Because she wore one just like it during the Chipmunk Adventures movie. Pink is Brittany's signature color, like blue is to Jeanette and green is to Eleanor. Almost none of her swimsuits have ever gone without it. As an additional add-on, the Chipette in the red dress has a pink nose, just like Brittany, while Charlene's was black. Charlene is obsolete and always has been after 1982. That's what you have Brittany for now. If you see someone who has the wrong information on this topic, please do respectfully correct them. In 1983, Alvin and the Chipmunks got a new TV series. This would be the show that debuted the rivals and sometimes girlfriends, the Chipettes. By the show's 8th and final season, it became a retool called The Chipmunks Go to the Movies that focused on doing movie parodies instead of following the adventures of the Chipmunks and Chipettes. During the second episode, a parody of Tom Hanks' 1988 Big was featured, but instead was called Bigger. In this episode, Alvin is friends with Simon and Theodore, and they had their own band called the Furballs. Despite them being pretty talented, no record producer wanted to take them because they were little kids. Keep in mind, the story exaggerates for the sake of the plot. In real life, record producers take kids all the time. Nevertheless, Alvin wasn't having it. The next step was the county fair, where they were once again shot down for being too little. When Alvin goes for a walk, he comes across a jukebox that had the power to grant real wishes. In the movie Big, it was a wish machine with an actual Zotar. The jukebox granted his wish right on the spot. Being older now meant he had the freedom to go anywhere he wanted and take his friends with him. And the first place he wanted to go was the Babes concert. After Dave, his dad, gave him some money thinking he was a bum, Alvin and friends took a trip to the concert where they find the Chipettes performing on stage. However, in this story, they were a rock group called the Babes and appeared to be older for the plot. They could also be heard singing The Girls of Rock and Roll, which was first heard in the 1987 Chipmunk Adventures movie, sometimes also referred to as The Girls and Boys of Rock and Roll. Because Alvin was an adult, him and his friends sat in the adult section, where they shared a table with the supervisors for the Babes. Alvin came at the perfect time because the girls were trying to change their image. Even Barbie, the lead singer performed by Brittany, wanted her name changed. After giving his opinions on the girls, he was hired on the spot to work in the music studio, where all his accidental choices ended up being successful.
Alvin, how about a heavy metal band called the Plumbers?
Hurry!
So the president decided he was ready to manage the babes. For those who actually know the show lore, these girls were much more aggressive than the Chipettes. It's a whole different ballgame when a soft-spoken Jeanette is threatening you.
You know, attitude. Yeah, something that'll make us hotter than we are now. And we want it by Friday.
Because Alvin still had the mindset of a 4th grader, he failed to understand what they were asking of him. They wanted to be hotter with a new style, likely something more adulterated to get away from a kiddie image. He does the complete opposite and has them dress up as babies instead.
Everyone loves babies.
Even though he was a 4th grader, it was like he progressively got dumber as time went on. Now, he had one job and one chance to screw up, and everything that can go wrong went wrong, starting when Barbie didn't like how that teddy bear stepped on her foot. Then Jeanette's bonnet blinded her, causing her to bounce Eleanor across the room where they soon bumped back into each other, destroying the entire set and studio. That would spell the end of Alvin's career and soon his desire to be an adult. It surely wasn't getting the seal of approval from Barbie.
I want a new director. This is harder than I thought.
By the next day, sure enough, he got a call back and was terminated with tummy ache and all.
But that's not fair.
Stop acting like such a baby!
What?
The babes don't appear again for the rest of the episode. Please remember to give the video a like, comment back, and sub for more content. My name is Jawbreaker, and I thank you for watching Playfur Cinema.